Water quality and protecting public health in the land of 10,000 lakes takes commitment, dedication, and leadership of fellow Minnesotans, as well as the government, professional leaders, and community. As a local chapter to the American Water Works Association that started in 1881, AWWA Minnesota celebrates its 100th anniversary, marking a milestone in its history within the largest, oldest, and preeminent water organization in the world. While this journey has had its share of twists and turns, innovation and collaboration have helped the great state of Minnesota not only make a positive overall impact, but pave the way for other states, organizations, and leaders when it comes to water quality and the infrastructures that support it. The history of Minnesota water has always been one of community, resilience, and innovation. Dating back to 1871, when Duluth volunteers helped finish digging the city's now famous canal, to the 1962 Mississippi River oil spill that covered Minnesota's Marquis River from St. Paul to Lake Pepin, everyday citizens and leaders have rallied together to build healthier, safer water systems for the state. The forming of AWWA Minnesota in 1916 was a reflection of the state's commitment to the funding, performance, and sharing of research across public and water engineering communities. In 1898, typhoid fever and diphtheria was plaguing the state, with the most concentrated area of infection located within the 15th Army Regiment. As a response, the first chlorination system was installed in 1910, coupled with support from the Minnesota Health Department, established nearly 40 years prior. Threatening water conditions were directly being addressed, but much was left to be done. With water professionals across the state stepping forward to gain access to AWWA resources and efforts from sections across the country, typhoid fever was eliminated in America by 1959. Today, the Minnesota chapter continues its vision of better world through better water and will increase investments in the association's drinking water and total water solution offerings.
People impact the environment, and the environment impacts people. And we have agencies that work with people, and we're agencies that work with the environment. And so we really need both approaches to make sure that we protect the environment from the people and also protect the people from the environment. And it takes a lot of agencies to do that in terms of education and training and resources.
Minnesota, I think, is ahead of the curve in water quality because we have an excellent state health department that monitors our communities and guides us along the way to have the best water in the country.
I think we do a great job working together with our regulatory agencies, the municipalities and the regulatory agencies working together and building a team working forward versus an adversarial type relationship. And so I think we do a great job with that team building and working together for the same goals.
While communities all over the world work to advance water quality and create the right infrastructure to support its citizens, Minnesota's focused and collaborative approach have lent itself to ultrafiltration plants, UV technology advancements, and the combined expertise of leading professionals within and outside AWWA Minnesota to process major waterways and protect state resources.
Working for a large utility, working for Minneapolis, one of the things I like is the ability to really connect and realize how we and medium-sized systems really are all working together and facing some of the same issues. You know, we might have different treatment issues or treatment processes, but really relating to, you know, succession planning and workforce needs and things like that, infrastructure renewal, all those other common issues outside my treatment process background. I think AWWA does a really good job of broadening those different issues to bring utilities together to talk about them and come up with solutions.
With some of the best water research facilities in the nation on Minnesota soil, AWWA Minnesota is already embarking on efforts to not only enhance systems and forums for collaborative discussions, but also utilize the natural environment to progress ahead. Today, the Minnesota water community is working closely with state officials and leaders to further support local efforts in the region, including collaboration with the MN 2050 initiative, to help prepare and implement more than $6 billion worth of infrastructure improvement plans for water/wastewater and stormwater systems across the state.
understanding what Mother Nature can do to help us treat the water better for drinking water purposes. You know, not everything comes up to some new nanotechnology or water quality on a chip. So putting things like biofiltration is something we're investing in, and making the bugs work for us, I think, and gaining acceptance of that, of realizing that Mother Nature has found a way to deal with a lot of these issues that we're dealing with now on a day-to-day basis, and understanding how to put those natural treatment techniques to work.
Water operators need to be ever vigilant in what's going on in our system. We can never let our guard down. Things are changing daily in our systems, and that's why we need to have operators that are always on top of their system, and the regulators as well that monitor what the operators do.
The water quality in a given area is really indicative of the health of the overall environment. You go back to learning that, you know, water is the universal solvent, and so really what we as people put into the environment eventually gets into the water. So watershed health and quality of the natural water really makes the quality of the drinking water resources that much better. It makes my job as a treatment professional easier. So for me, water quality means a healthy environment, and then ultimately it means healthy, safe water to drink for the people that we serve.
As we look into the future, water is going to become increasingly valuable. Climate change is putting pressures on water, and Minnesota is a resource of water. We need to be good stewards of that resource, and there's going to be more pressures. We get more chemicals, more uses, more people. We are really going to have that resource be protected as best we can.
Congratulations on this historic anniversary. For 100 years, you've been dedicated to protecting and preserving one of our most precious resources, our water. Clean water is not just our challenge, but it's one we will leave for our children and grandchildren if we fail to address it. That is why I called for a year of clean water action in Minnesota, urging all of our citizens to do their part. Clean water is everyone's challenge and everyone's responsibility.
The American Water Works Association appreciates Minnesota's historic contributions and congratulates all of you, past, present, and future, on 100 years of dedication to the water industry. Among your many achievements, the Minnesota section has produced no less than 6 AWWA presidents who have helped build AWWA into the world's largest water association. To everyone who relies on water each and every day, and importantly, to making a better Minnesota and world through better water.
So as AWWA Minnesota looks to embark on another successful 100 years of protecting and serving the state, we want to thank the community, AWWA Minnesota chapter members and leaders, operators, teachers, government and local state representatives, and those committed to water quality and public safety. The land of 10,000 lakes has consistently raised the bar with progressive water solutions, and the possibilities for the future are endless.